So basically that most important for why we need to learn this Azure, right? Everyone note, maybe I'll not take the introductions today. So once you get registered, we will be talking about the introductions. About my introduction, we'll talk about. Right. So now, so today we are talking about the agenda is to talk about the cloud administrator. Today date is 27/04. So specifically, we are talking about Azure Cloud Administrator, right? And the certification name is that AZ104, which is global certification, which is called Associate Cloud Administrator. Now, to become a certified, this you would need to understand that is in detail. So, as per the Microsoft recommended syllabus, which is called, you can just go and type AZ104. We need to talk about these topics in our upcoming journey. So, most important, why I need to learn this Azure, right? This is certification process. You would also go to the same portal where we would be going to talking about this, syllabus, which is managing Azure identities governance, implement and manage storage, deploy and manage Azure computer resources, implement and manage virtual networking, and monitor and maintain Azure resources. These are the topic is exam related. Okay, it would be asking you for how much percentage, and this is the $165 exam fees. If you go and ask for the Indian rupees, how much fees it would be for certification. After completion of this training, you can plan for certification. You can just ask how much Indian rupees. It is 4,865. Some of the company would give you that is some vouchers. You can plan for that, right? So you need to understand this in detail to manage Azure identities and governance, implement and manage storage, deploy and manage Azure compute resources, implement and manage virtual networking, and monitor and maintain the Azure resources. So the designation of the cloud administrator, when you wanted to become a cloud administrator, you must understand this concept, right? And the prerequisite is to know that obviously it would need some basic knowledge. And who are the fresher, those people also can be attending, but they have to put little more effort to understanding that basic networking concept, server operating system, right? These are all necessary to know this. But obviously when we talk about it on-prem environment, when you talk about on-prem environment, whatever the support we are doing as a desktop support or server administrator who are already doing, they knows that is in, how to the overall the storage support, right? Storage support, server support, right? Networking support. These are all on-prem traditional administrator are having separate administrator, right? And when you talk about the cloud, it would be combined all this, all the administrator. These people will become a one administrator called as a cloud administrator, because we have that is in storage, we have that is in VMware, and we have that is in virtual, and we have that all the governance rules, plus we have that active directory administrator as well. Okay, active directory administrator. So overall you would be become a infra administrator, cloud infra administrator. So basically, you need to know that is concept in detail. We will be going to talk about in details. The first most important we would need for the prerequisites again for there is a portal, right? Azure portal, which is called as a portal.azure.com, https portal.azure.com. So when you open this portal, you would be able to see this all the services, right? By default, we would be having the reason to open this portal. We would need subscription account. The terminology we call as a subscription account. and Microsoft has provided default the free subscription for 1 month, for 1 month, to avail that some facilitate or avail that some features to check that how this portal works, what are the services are there, right? The free subscription give you 1 month. So you would get for the some, services are free, and the default you would be getting for around some promo value you would get it in Indian rupees around 12K. Those promo value you would get it, and whatever the resources you are utilizing, it would be get deducted, right? And we need to have the to registration for this registered to register. We would need for that is in credit card and mail account. Either you can use Gmail or a Microsoft account. This is a prerequisite. If you go to the portal, if I ask that is in Azure free subscription, it's a very much needed, and it's a begin with journey for the cloud administrator. Basic step you have to go with this. Probably might know you, some of you know this, how to get registered for this, right? It's a very much needed. When you open this, I'll show you that is in my account, to see this all the services what are this, right? If you click on the try Azure for free, right, open this portal, it would redirecting to the uh, provide you the email ID, right? And you can use another account. You can provide for any other email account which I have already used it for this account, right? 20@gmail.com. Just I think I had already used for this. Okay, it would ask you to the Gmail ID, and is redirecting to the your password. You can provide this password. Yes, we will be talking about Azure 900 as a basic as well. That is all the topic we'll be talking about. So Visa debit card, it would sometime it take it, but sometime it won't take it. Okay, so better to use for the credit card. It's a recommendation to use is a credit card. Okay, it is redirecting to the different account. Okay, let me use for my already used for, but you need to know this, some basic things for this. What are the facilities provided? You just concentrate here in this, because I have used many, email account. I don't have that email account, but I have that is in pay as you go. I'll log in that account and I'll show you for directly uh, to see this, services. But before that, you would also need to know this, what is the facilitate, what are the features, what are the benefits you would be getting for free account, right? Azure free subscription. You would be able to see this free account. It's available only for new Azure customers. Free monthly amounts for 220 plus popular services and 12-month new Azure customers only. Free monthly amounts of 65 plus always free services. Access for the full catalog services up to free amount of the USD 200. There is a $200 credit is been provided you promo value, right? Either you can utilize for 200 credit within 1 month, or you can if you're not utilized of this 200 credit card, your account would be expired, but your account will be active still one year, right? Spending protection credit won't be charged, right? And no upfront commitment, cancel anytime. Once it is 1 month is over, you wanted to willing to use this account, you would be convert as a pay as you go pricing to continue beyond 30 days after credit is used up. This is the most important, but I have used for the pay as you go same account. This is the first most important to know, that is in how you need to use your subscription and what type of subscription you would be. Pay as you go or try Azure for 30 days. These upfront, there is no upfront commitment, cancel anytime, right? So I'm just putting this portal here to know that is in detail, right? Okay, so I have already given here. And this is when you convert it as a pay as you go, you would be able to know this is okay, how this is billing part, how is going to charge. If you have created any resource on the portal, when you are in the pay as you go, is exactly how we are paying the light bill, is exactly how we are utilizing or how we are using for the mobile bill. The more usage of resources, the more bill you would get it, right? And there is no upfront chargeable. It will not take any, it will not charge anything, right? You can cancel anytime, but make sure whatever resource you are using in the pay as you go should not keep that is in when you are not using, when you're not required, don't keep the resources in the portal. Otherwise it would be keep charging. When you go to the pricing for this Azure pricing calculator, when you go to this portal, it would give you that is in how much cost it will be going to charge for that is in each resources, is the most important. So why I need to learn, why I need to, recommend to the customer to cloud, what benefit it would give you, we'll talk about now. See this, take example, if I wanted to build virtual machine on a specific region, right? It would differ the charges, depends on the region. Okay, I'm taking for the example, for the estimation cost, how much is going to charge from the Microsoft. I'm taking virtual machine for this configuration, and I'm selecting with the specific region, Windows operating system. I'm just selecting for the default one. What are the features is you wanted to choose for, depends on requirement. And I'm looking for the one virtual machine for 1 hour, right? And you see, and here it is a pay as you go for my estimation cost to understand. Sometime when we are talking about the production or business point of view, Microsoft has recommended go with some discount plan, which is saving plan. If you are utilizing more, and go with this 1 year saving plan and 3 year saving plan for giving you good discount, right? And some, these are all saving plan kind of postpaid. It means you have to pay upfront payment for this, either utilize or use, but you have to pay. But it would give you, it would get for the discount of this. And you can reserve for this 1 year and 3 year again, and comparatively saving plan you would get more discount, right? Take example for this, I'm getting for the estimation cost for this, if I am taking for 30 hours, right? 30 hours example. Okay, and if you take example 2 VM with the same configuration, how much cost is going to be charged for this? You see, $11 overall, including GST added here. $1 is a monthly cost. If you see this, $137. And you can also get this estimation cost calculated. You can export this, and you can also plan for the decision whatever you created the resources over the Azure, right? And you can expect it some bill would come, that invoices would send for your email ID, and you can also generate the invoices over the portal. And the basic steps you would need, why we need to learn this, why we need to have, because it is a, all the features would be providing portal, and you can just utilize what you needed. Do not invest any single rupees for your on premises. Basically we would be using for earlier on premises environment, right? Why I need to choose this cloud? Because the most important thing for the choosing the cloud, it is number one is reduce the cost. Number two is important optimization for your work. In current environment, every companies are looking for these two things. And who good on automation, how people are working smartly, and how is helping to the reducing the cost, and how the work is optimization, and people will be picking for those resources. And this is a keeping in mind, this is the concept of keeping in mind. Cloud has given all the facility, because on-prem environment, if you wanted to develop one of the business, you would need invest more money, right? You need a space, you need all the hardware, uh, hardware and software. You need to purchase it, licenses, right? Licenses, right? And you need to pay the money upfront, and you need to purchase, you need to, all the network component. You need to have that is in you know uh, power, which is electrical support, right? Power, cooling fan, all this you would need to investment. Everything you would be needed for the investment. You need to upfront huge money, you have to investment and create your data center in on premises. In your infrastructure to support, you need to create own data center. We need to spend a lot of money on this. So minimal we would be spending for the, take example, not for the rent considerable, but we are paying minimum lakhs together. So later, after 2 months or 3 months or 6 months down the line, your business is not worked and business is running on loss. What will happen? The entire invested money is going to loss. Yes or no? And there is no point using, and you cannot sell it also, right? If you sell it also, you won't get but that much money, is completely lost. But Microsoft suggested, Microsoft suggested, do not investment any single rupees. Use a portal, Azure portal. There is a name called as Azure portal, right? And take what you needed, right? That resources. You needed resources here. You are using for the hardware, means you can using for any server related, right? You are looking for any software, means operating system, right? Your license for any of the other applications you would be using. You take whatever you needed, right? And also you can use for the 30 days free for checking. You can understand how it exactly works. Then later you can go to that is in pay as you go, and use what you needed. Accordingly, you could just pay the money. That's it. And how we exactly using for our transport called Uber, transport called as Ola. Instead, you are buying a new car. You just hire the car, travel how much kilometer distance you wanted, and just pay the money. That's all. You do not need, do not take any concern about driver, do not take concern about maintenance, do not take any concern about the parking, do not take any concern of the fuel. No, just you travel how much kilometer you need to distance travel, that much money you need to pay. But if you want to buy a car, new car, you need to have the parking. Yes or no? You need to have that is in monthly maintenance, either use or not use. Yes or no? And you need to have the driver. These are all huge investment of the initial amount, correct? If we are not using much on this. So instead, you just hire the car. If you're not frequently traveling, you just hire the car. You can just travel how much kilometer distance you want to travel and pay them, and that's all. Same concept. You do not invest any single rupees here for on-premises environment based on your requirement. You just buy it and use it and pay the money, but there is no headache for your all the hardware upgradation, software upgradation, licensing part. Everything is taken care by Microsoft, right? This is what every industry, every organization, every company moving to the cloud, their infrastructure, because it's giving you to ultimately business is owner looking for what is that? They don't want to invest more money. They are expecting more profit, right? So this concept is giving you a benefit, more benefit. Hence, all the across worldwide, maximum companies are moving to their IT infrastructure, moving to cloud. Now people needed, if your entire infrastructure move to the cloud, who is the support people? So who has the knowledge, skill on cloud and certified, the people will be hiring for cloud support. Correct? For cloud support. So if you are good in Azure, we would be in Azure Cloud Administrator. And same things in the market. We have other vendor also who is exactly providing. From Microsoft, we are having the product called as Azure. The other vendor called as Amazon, he has that is in providing for AWS, and Google also providing that infrastructure across worldwide, which is GCP, Google Cloud Platform. Now, why I need to choose Azure? Comparatively Amazon, comparatively Google, this Azure has a more requirement in the market, more vacancies, and very good package comparatively. AWS also has a good package, but comparatively, which we have experience on earlier hour, we have the server administrator, right? We are in the server administrator, and same continue with this. You can go with Azure, and please also learn with the PowerShell for automation. This is a continue with our career graph, career growth. So who are working already in a server administrator or desktop support administrator, I would recommend for your career point of view and IT career growth, do not keep your skills with the limited and only current what you have skill, because is everyone know this market how is trending. People are looking for the multi skill. So in a complete one graph or complete one flow, who are working on a administrator, server administrator, which is Microsoft product or desktop administrator, I would recommend please learn cloud, and also you need to learn for the PowerShell for automation, because every companies are looking for this person's candidate, how good you are in terms of optimization work. When you want to optimization work, you should know that how to make things automate, isn't it? Right? To automate the things. So the moment you automate the things, obviously it would be considerably reduce the cost for business. Right? This is what companies are looking. So do not expect now how the journey it was 5 year back or 10 year back. We are going office and creating, working on the few incidents, and that's all. Our shift is over. We are coming. No. Now people are monitoring how effective you are, how productive you are, and how much potential you have, and how you are working. This everything would be monitored now. And we wanted to survive in IT and having a good package to fulfill our requirement and commitment. Please upskill ourselves. 100% you would need for the upskilling ourselves, and we have to learn for this. Otherwise, there is no feature in upcoming days. So this is very much mandatory to have a knowledge. Who are having this server administrator or desktop administrator, please learn this close, and you should having that is in good position and good job with a good package, and you should keep on learning and keep upskilling. And who are in Linux administrator, those people can choose for this AWS, and also they would be choosing for that Ansible and others automation things. Right? No matter what skill, what administrator we are, but obviously we need to upskilling ourselves to survive in IT. So you will be learning from our end in detail, in depth, right? For how actually works. If I go to the portal.azure.com, portal.azure.com, I would be going to log in with my account, which has pay as you go, and you would be able to see this. What are the services? Some people using this. Okay, let me just, I will not reset the password. Okay, who are looking for this kind of portal first time, no worries, don't worried about here, because I'll make you to understand how actual things works. And who already knows this, some of the concept of this, for the subscription a free account, and we would be talking about of the all the services, right? Okay, just all right. So give me 1 minute. Let me log in here. Okay, send a code, which is 51. 057192. Okay, so this is a portal.azure.com where you would be logged in, and you'll see the resources, and would be talking about in detail these resources one by one, right? So for anyone has any question, we discussed any generic, any something you wanted to, some confusion you have. Anyone has any questions? All good so far? In this course, we will cover AZ. Yes, sir. We will be covering AZ. And we'll talk about for very basic level. So ultimate goal is to need to understand. We'll talk about that AZ 900. I'll give you that some detailed. What are the AZ 900? What are the AZ 104? Right? You see, this is my subscription. Is you would be able to see this kind of portal. And when you logged in here, you just see. First, you can talk about the subscription here. When you type subscription, okay. And this is my subscription is pay as you go, which is whatever the service, whatever the resource you would be creating, it would be upfront chargeable, and you need to pay for the monthly, whichever the invoice received. And now if you click on here, 3 line left side, if you see the all the services, and you would be able to, Microsoft has created, has deployed and developed everything, right? Earlier it was very limitation. Now Microsoft bought everything into the cloud. You tell us what you needed, everything we were there in the support for you, in terms of the automation, in terms of the reporting, in terms of not only for our what we supported for virtual machine and other things, right? If you see, they made as a categorized individual support, they made as a categorized, and whatever they are, and also they are keep developing or enhanced feature, they are keep implementing, and whatever the features are implemented, and under the specific category they will be bringing this. And today if you see that is in each category, if you talk about AI plus machine learning, today we see the 22, and maybe next month if you see, it might be increased, because they are keep on working on this, enhance the features, adding on this category, right? Analytics 21, compute, we are talking about computer, few things on this, right? So is a 5 year back, this count was very less. Now there are keep on enhanced features as implementing, and innovative things they are adding, and they are keep on increasing on this, right? And these are all categorized. If you talk about networking, so storage, right? These we would be talking about as per the syllabus. We will discussing for you know and Azure Active Directory, which is Azure Entra ID, implement and manage storage, deploy and manage Azure Compute, and everything how you created in the on-premises environment, same things you would be going to do on cloud. Only we should understand that which options we need to select, where to go, how to configure, that we need to understand in detailed manner, because everything is there. You no need to develop anything, or no need to create anything newly. The portal is already there, service is already there. You just go and that specific service. For example, if I wanted to create a virtual network, right? If you go to the VNet, there is a service called VNet, virtual network, virtual network, VNet. You see this, and you just know that is in how to create a virtual network. And this process in detail you would be going to understanding by each services, right? You would be talking about, and by default any service, any resource you are creating, it is a mandatory to select in Azure. Any resource we are creating, we would need to have the mandatory things. For one is subscription, second one is resource group. So this has to be mandate to select, which you need to create it here, right? The resource subscription would be there already. The resource group you need to create it, depends on your requirement, and you need to process for your virtual name, region, right? And provide all the required information. You need to create it. This would be talking about next class and how you need to be developed here, right? Will you cover Entra ID? Yes, sir. We will be covering Entra ID. Okay, one more questions in this. Yes, we will be covering SSO. Migrations won't be, because that migrations does not have this part, but I'll help you how it works. Sorry, integrations we can, yeah. SSO integrations we'll be talking about. Yes, we'll talking about SSO, multi-factor authentication, Entra ID, whatever we have, that all the features we would be talking about. So this course has some notes, and I have prepared here. So if you see this, the basic what we are going to talk about is at 104. We will be discussing in detailed, but ultimately my goal is to you would be able to understand this concept clearly, and you should get a job. You need to prepare your profile, become a cloud administrator, and yes, you are become a cloud administrator after completion of this training. As I discussed, prerequisites would be needed. Successful Azure administrator to start the role, with experience on operating system, virtualization, cloud infrastructure, storage. This basic would need it, right? Understanding on premises, how that on premises environment works, right? We know that already how it works. Some basic understanding of Active Directory, right? And some backup concept, if you know that, well and good. It's not a problem if you don't know that. So once you become a cloud administrator role, what you will be become, what you will be going to handle it. Cloud administrators manage the cloud services, right? We talked about now storage, networking, compute, cloud capabilities with a deep understanding of each service across the full IT cycle. So become a cloud administrator. How do you recommend to the customer? How do you help to the customer? What is the benefit? What is the optimization things you are helping them, right? They take the end user request and new cloud applications and make recommendations on services to use optimal performance and scale, as well as provision capacity, monitor and adjust as appropriate. This role require communicating and coordinating with the vendors. Yeah, if the people are coming to us and I need to go cloud infrastructure, you need to assess the environment, what kind of environment they have and what is that infrastructure they have, how many critical business applications are there, what are the Windows servers, how many Linux servers does they need for entire infrastructure to be moving to the cloud. All you need to assess that environment, then recommend them how we need to plan it, right? Okay, and one more question is this: can learn SSO integration also? Yes, you can. No, this won't be learn integration. I will help you to how it works. SAML certificate and also, right? This would comes under for identity access management as a SC300, which I'm certified for this SC300 identity access management, to integration of the application, integration of the SSO, right? But I'll help you to how it works on this part for additional, right? How can we handle the GPUs? GPU won't work in the cloud, but you would have that as in default policies we would be talking about, right? What would be the class timing? We'll talk about every day. It is not everyday class timing. It would be a weekend classes, Saturday, Sunday, and the timing would be decided and will update later. Okay, good to go. Right, yeah. So these are all very much needed for the fundamental part. Cloud administration is a Azure portal as they become a more proficient and use the PowerShell, and as I said, PowerShell also would need for the automation things, right? Now this is what we're talking about, the certification part. The fundamental part is Azure 900, which is basically you would be getting what is that, why we need it, is just understanding what it is on Azure 100, Azure 900. So how it works, become a, you are cloud administrator, you are the L2 administrator, which is Microsoft Azure Administrator Associated. So what you are doing in Azure 900, design the for a candidate looking for the demonstrate fundamental level knowledge and cloud service. Just know that is what are the services are, very fundamental part. This is also going to talk about in Azure 104. Here you would be managing for designed Azure administrators who implement. You are the support person, operations activity, right? Monitor, maintain, compute, storage network, and another solution architect, which is 304 and 305, Azure 304 and 305 become next level support, and you would be designing for based on the business requirement and solution you are providing, which is architect level. So whatever services we have discussed here, compute, storage, networking, and it is advanced level based on the business recommended customized requirement, you would be implementing there and providing the support in a cloud architect. And this is how that examination certificate would ask you to based on the areas, which is topics which you talk about, manage Azure identities and governance. For topic it would ask you for in exam 15 to 20%, implement and manage storage 15 to 20%, deploy and manage Azure compute resources 20 to 25%, configure and manage virtual networking 25 to 30%, monitor and backup resources 10 to 15%. So basically you need to plan proper, you need to decide you wanted to become a cloud administrator and be serious, spend the time, work hard, study well, and then obviously you can prepare a profile, a resume accordingly, and I'll also help you to how you need to be prepared it, and then start giving interview, and you can just prepare the certification also. Once you get a certificate, you can start giving the interview. So these are topic would be discussing as per the Microsoft recommended, and then that's all. So we'll have a lot of things to be discussing on this, right? Any question from anyone? Class timing will be decided a few after discussion with Amit. Or everything manage Azure administrator like store? Yes, yes, everything. Azure administrator can manage everything. Correct, right? For timing, Mahesh and the other person you can contact me. But for others, timing and when we are going to start, about fees also you can talk about to contact Amit. Okay, so his contact number is here, you can just take it. Let me just give you Mahesh and Madhava, you can contact me, and others please contact Amit for you know uh, timing and all. Okay, let me just give his number. 95406. Please note 95. If you like today's demo, 406. Yeah, Madhav, please contact me for we'll talk about for further timing discussion and everything. So probably we would be starting with the same time. If all are okay with the 7:30, we can continue with the same timing. 406 62, or we would be plan for other timing slot available for morning in Indian time, 11 o'clock. 95406 62806. Okay, this is a number. Please contact for others. Timing, fees, and when we are going to start. Probably there's a two time slot available. Morning 11 o'clock, 11 to 1 p.m. IST, or evening time, Indian time, which is called 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. So we will confirm. Depends on you guys. All can whichever you want to select, you can select it, and we'll frame. We'll schedule that, or we'll frame the batch. Good to go. It would be complete course duration would be 30 hours. The course duration is 30 hours. Okay, course duration. All the topic we are going to cover in deeply 30 hours. So every weekend we have Saturday, Sunday. Each class has a 4 hours. 4 hours. Okay, each class 2 hours. If we take minimal or some small break, we can take a small break, and so it's a 4 hours per week. I don't want to take you 5 hours for that. It is going to be on it. Slowly you can go and start it. All right. So you would be getting for benefit from our end. The every class would be recorded, and you'll be getting for this complete notes, right? You would be getting notes, class recorded session, every class, plus you would be getting soft copy of uh, Azure study material, and you would be getting for some interview preparation document, right? And will help you some time you have the resume preparation. And ultimately goal is to you need to switch your career to the become a cloud administrator, and what are the things you would need it will help you. So first you are choosing the training, you are understanding the concept, you are getting confident on this cloud become a cloud administrator. Then what are things we would need it, you need to study, you need to spend time, you need to practice it, and read every day. We will be sharing the notes every day. I'm going to prepare these notes, like class would be going to every day. If you take my previous classes here, right, if you see class 1 2 3, every classes we will be talking about in a proper way. We talked about previous class, what we discussed previous class, right? And just to make things to you understood clearly what are the practical we did it, what we did it, how we did it, right? So in detail I'm writing for the step by step. It should, you see that we are talking about recap and all, and what we are going to talk about further. Everything would be in details, and every steps will be written here. And ultimately the goal is to you should learn it, everyone should learn it, and you see the design how we need to work on this. You need to plan accordingly, right? The my intention, since I am also working, I know that is in what you guys are needed. Accordingly I'm going to deliver in this session, and I hope it would be help you too, right? So we would be giving a certificate for course completion, right? But you need to plan for global certification once you have done the preparation. Okay, certificate would get you, that is in course completion. Whoever registered from my side, you would get from the Neil Technologies, and whoever registered from Amit, you would be getting from JOYATRES. All right, I'm done with the today's session. I hope today's the demonstration you liked it, and if you get some informative information, if you liked it, please get registered, and we'll talk about from next week onwards, begin our journey. Thank you so much. So let's meet on next week. Bye bye. Anyone has any question so far? If no, let's find out. Okay. Take care, guys. Bye bye.